Well, we built a team of French superstars to win Ligue 1 with Paris FC, and now we bring our stars to the 2026 World Cup with France, this time out. Hey, what's going on, guys? Respected Jeff here, and I am back for the FIFA World Cup 2026. We played the last 5 seasons with Paris FC, built our own superstars, and really got this team into shape. Now, going into the competition, a bunch of our players are heading to the World Cup. Samuel Piette for Canada, Vinicius Tobias for Brazil, and a ton of players for France. It's probably too much to go through and list them all, but we are in charge of France, and it is our sole responsibility to get this team through and likely go on to win it if our overall ratings are anything to go by. The games are already underway. Canada, Sweden, and Ukraine in our group, so all said and done, I mean, we're definite favorites to at least go through to the knockout rounds, but take a look at this team, guys. Mbappe, the best player in the world in a save. Gaetan Laura, 85. Ilias Husni, our very own youth development player, 87 overall. We have Pogba, Camavinga in midfield. Kante's getting up there with age. He's 35. He's not the same player he used to be, but still an outstanding world-class defensive mid. Backline, great as well. Hernandez at 90 overall, Koundé, Varane, Mukiele, and then obviously Maignan between the sticks at 89 overall is no joke either. We have an enormous bench as well, stacked with talent. Boubakary Soumaré, also from our Paris FC side, is called up. He could get a shot here if, depending on how Kante does. I still think he's probably our starter, but that's something to keep an eye out for. But really, I think we have our starting 11 pretty much set out for us already. I'm gonna tweak the tactics a little bit. Mbappe is gonna be our focus here. I'm gonna keep him forward. He can cut inside. He's gonna be our main goal scorer as opposed to Gaetan Laura, who's sort of the focus with Paris FC. But without further ado, let's get to the games. I don't want to talk too much tactics. Our first game is against Canada, led by our very own Samuel Piette. Without further ado, let's get to it. Alright, so here we go. Our journey begins. The 2026 World Cup kicks off for France against Canada. We take on Samuel Piette, who captains the side, who has been a mainstay in this Paris FC squad that we built over the last 5 seasons. But on paper, obviously Canada, not quite the same team as France, so we are favorites definitely to get wins in the group, probably against all 3 of these teams. It is a big if, though. International games are always a little up in the air. We haven't had the time to work out the tactics like we have over seasons and seasons at Paris FC, but we have been able to bring some of our players into the fold. I think the players to watch out for are probably our attacking front 3. Gaetan Laura and Ilias Husni obviously know each other, having played together for so long at Paris FC, and Kylian Mbappe I don't think really needs any time to work out chemistry with players. He's the best player in the world at 95 overall, so I'm really not too worried about him starting to put in good performances here in the World Cup. But France have definitely had a slow start to this game. Might even be an understatement. We've barely touched the ball. But here we go, finally moving it around a little bit. Camavinga picking that one up, and he picks out an incisive pass through for Gaetan Laura, who opens the scoring. Well, you really wouldn't peg anyone else to be the central man for us. Just like our time at Paris FC, he's the one who got the goals, and it looks like he might just be the man for France here in the World Cup as well. Right place, right time, always going to be clinical from those positions. And just like that, we make really good work of our chances so far. 1 shot, 1 goal. Honestly, Canada have more than been up for the challenge. They've probably been the better team so far. N'Golo Kante now on a yellow card here, 25 minutes in, and we're just struggling to get the ball out of our own half. There you have it, finally winning a free kick at the expense of Samuel Piette, who we know very well, a tenacious player, loves a good challenge. We've seen him do that so many times for us with Paris FC. If you're watching this series and you haven't already, definitely go back and give that series a watch. But here we go again with Kylian Mbappe scoring a second. Wow, well, he didn't seem to really have the angle. Goalkeeper probably made a bit of a mess of that. It was sort of straight at him, but how about the footwork and the pace for Mbappe to even open that chance up? That is world-class footwork to even set up the chance in the first place. And just like that, it seems that much more comfortable for us. And if things weren't already bad for Canada, they pick up a red card. Definitely losing the plot here. Fair play to them for sticking in the game and really giving us a difficult time. But at the end of the day, the kind of firepower we have up top just got the job done already. So only a couple minutes remaining in the match. We are not done yet. It is Hernandez charging down the left-hand side to set up Mbappe for a second. Well, initially it was Gaetan Lora catching the headlines, but Kylian Mbappe already hits the ground running with 2 goals. Well done from France. A win in our opening game. Alright, well, next up we take on Ukraine for a top of the group clash, and I just want to say before that my heart goes out to the people of Ukraine right now. We've got some close Ukrainian friends of the channel like Igal Brook who have played a big role in the last couple of series, and I'm just devastated for all of you at the moment. I know there's not much I can personally do except just keep you all in my prayers. I went back and forth on whether I should mod the team out of the game to avoid things feeling weird, but I mean, at the end of the day, I guess it just feels more right to me to keep the team in and play on like usual, and I guess just show some sort of respect here. I know there's not much I can personally do, but we'll carry on like usual in the video. Ukraine has come out strong in the World Cup 2026, and we get to take them on up next. Let's get to it. All right, here we go. This game could decide how our group pans out. The World Cup, with only 3 games in the group stages, does make it very difficult. Every single point counts, so really, a slip-up against any of these teams could prove to be devastating for us. We need to get out here and get a result against a Ukraine team who really hit the ground running here already in the World Cup, but Ilias Husny trying to do exactly that in the game, but doesn't quite come off for him. A couple flashes of brilliance, but not quite hit his full stride here yet in the World Cup. And now coming out to make the tackle is Koundé with a huge mistake, and he leaves Varane 2-on-1 in the back of defense, and it's in the back of the net. Well, 2 huge errors there. Koundé with the challenge. Honestly, an egregious miss there. I don't know what he was thinking. And then the tackle on the goalkeeper from Mukiele. You could not write this absolute disaster in the back line there. Really bad look for France here already in this game, and we got to get ourselves back into it quickly. Kylian Mbappe trying to take matters into his own hands. Shot from distance definitely tests the goalkeeper there. Definitely some warning signs there from our attack, but no goal just yet. And Nkunku wins the ball back, and it's Kylian Mbappe. Clean through on goal. Surely, no! Saved by the goalkeeper. And a second great opportunity from the star man up top for France cannot be converted. We are still a goal behind here as we come up towards halftime. Zinchenko now plays the ball in for Shaparenko in the box. Lovely footwork, and Maignan saves. The goalkeeper saving what would have definitely been a second goal already for Ukraine to keep us in this game here, but the chances keep coming in. France definitely on the back foot here. It has not been the ideal performance so far, but Gaetan Lora taking the space to run into here, and he's got all the pace in the world. Plays it through for Mbappe, who finishes. Lovely counterattack there from France. And honestly, I think if we want to make a good run in this World Cup, it's going to come down to tactical flexibility. Even against teams like Ukraine, we can see a team like France, who really should be the best on paper in the world, can struggle to have possession, and we have to adapt and just rely on where we can find goals in these kind of games. All that matters is the results. So now that we're back on level terms, it's just a matter of capitalizing on our chances. Ilias Husny plays it through for Nkunku with a lovely little back heel. Mbappe! 4 goals in 2 games. My God, this guy is absolutely unstoppable. But fair play to the whole team. That was great build-up play. Nkunku into the lineup over Pogba for this one. I just wanted a little more attacking pace up top, and it paid off. The clever little flick through. That is a beautiful assist. And just like that, with 5 minutes left, we are in pole position for all 3 points again. Shaparenko, though, with the ball. Ukraine working it around really nicely, and it's headed down all the way to the back post, and it's a goal. Unbelievable. The fight back from Ukraine there to find a second, and what just might see us go through with a draw out of this one. It's been a hard-fought contest. Both teams very much been in this one. I can't for a second say we dominated or particularly deserved to win. Not been a great performance at all from France. Now Horoshko down the touchline. Will he just see this out? No, ball into play. Maignan out there to catch it. That's probably going to be the full-time whistle. Maybe time for just one more attack here. Kamavinga. No, the whistle blows. We are seen back for a draw, and this could be costly with only 1 game remaining here in the group stages. We are level on points with Ukraine, and it all comes down to the last match day. All right, well, we're going to get straight into it here, but this is how things stand. 4 points apiece, Sweden on 3, And it's going to come down to this final game between us and Sweden. The winner here will be going through, and the loser, assuming there is a loser, a draw could make it more complicated, will be not progressing on to the next stages. Ilias Husny with some good footwork there. Hasn't converted his form into goals or assists here in the World Cup just yet, but like I said, he is a player to watch out for. We know what he's capable of, and I think it's a matter of time before he starts making some really incisive runs like we know he can do. But honestly, the player of the moment has been Maignan. The goalkeeper's made 3 or 4 unbelievable saves that might as well be as valuable as a goal for us at this point. And the run there from Ilias Husny is seen out by the great tackle there from the Swedish center back. And on we go. Both teams very much fighting for this game. And again, we just don't necessarily look in control of this. The shot goes just wide. Sweden so far had the better chances in this game, I have to say. Kamavinga, though, getting forward. All it takes is one chance here for France. Ilias Husny in a lot of space here, looking to cut it back inside, and he goes at it alone! My God, what a strike! I was just talking about him as if he was going to make an incisive move like that, and by God, he delivered. Ilias Husny, what a cut inside. Sends the defender the wrong way, and pick out that finish. Perfect top corner curler, and that is exactly what was needed to separate the two teams going into halftime here, but Sweden definitely not out of this game. Another shot, another chance saved by Maignan, and a header again! Wow! Our goalkeeper is absolutely magnificent. There's a reason he is rated 89 overall at this point. He is world class. Oh my God, second half, more chances for Sweden. That time didn't even require a save, it was just a miss. The unfortunate part, though, is N'Golo Kante picked up an injury there on that move that led to the chance, and it is Boubakary Soumaré coming on to play defensive mid, who we know very, very well from our time at Paris FC. If there's going to be any player who comes in to replace N'Golo Kante, I guess we'd want it to be him. He's a player that's familiar with our system. We know what he's capable of, and I think he will be a more than worthy substitute to come on and fill that role for us. We got a couple minutes remaining in the match here, and at this point, it's kind of down to us to just see the lead through. We got Paul Pogba coming through, and actually a chance shaping up here on offense. Paul Pogba picks out the pass for Mbappe, who finishes again. 5 goals, 3 games, and he's looking to shape up so far for the Golden Boot here already in the World Cup. Unbelievable stuff from our left winger slash striker. And how about that from Paul Pogba? He was dropped last game. That's a big response. A great marauding run forward to set up that assist. And it's enough to get the job done. 2-0, but don't let that deceive you. It was a close game. It's enough to carry us through to the knockout rounds, though. Great team performance overall by France. We get the job done when it counts, and on we go. All right, well, we are through to the round of 16. France versus Finland, honestly, kind of favors us. If we were going to get any kind of matchup, this is probably one of the better ones on paper. A lot of these games already been played at this point. Germany are through, England are through, Portugal beat Ukraine on penalties. Very close call between those two. Good run from Ukraine. Spain are through, Italy are through, Brazil are through, and it's going to come down to either us, Finland, Argentina, or Greece to fill those last 2 spots in the quarterfinals of the World Cup 2026. Unfortunately for us, that injury that N'Golo Kante picked up is gonna see him out for the rest of the World Cup. That's a big blow, one of our better players in midfield. And now it's all down to Boubakary Soumaré. He's gotta be the one to come in and fill that hole. He's our only other defensive midfielder in the squad, and a huge responsibility on his shoulders to see us through the knockout stages, ideally through to the final, and really ideally, I guess, winning the trophy at the end of the day. So let's see if we can get the job done. This is the team going into our next game, and let's get to it. All right, here we go. France versus Finland. Another game, another chance to get ourselves closer to the final of the World Cup here, where we ultimately want to bring home one last piece of silverware in this save. Ilias Husny, you can tell his confidence just that much higher after scoring. Little rainbow flick gets the better of the defender. I thought it was a foul, but no call given. Finland showing up for this one, though. Great chance. Saved again by Maignan. That is the running theme here in the World Cup so far. Goalkeeper's been excellent, and Mbappe with the chance on the other end. Not too far off of scoring a goal there. End-to-end stuff so far. France starting to click just a little bit more here. Ilias Husny looking really confident on the ball. Paul Pogba now top of the box. Slips it through. Laura, it is blocked. Well, since that opening goal he scored, Gaetan Laura, unfortunately, I gotta say, been a little bit absent. He just hasn't been involved in the play much. he's not the focal point of attack like he is for Paris FC. It's more on Mbappe making the runs, and Laura doesn't really have the technical ability to do much behind the lines, but wow, there we have another goal from Kylian Mbappe. He is the star of the show, and rightfully so. The best player in the world getting the job done here in the World Cup. Chipped over the top. What a composed finish. That is 6 goals already for him. Still a bunch of games left to play if things go our way. But Finland, a lot of really quality chances here. Defense just about clings onto that. Maignan, another save. I feel like I'm just exclusively talking about our goalkeeper here, but between him and Mbappe, I think we have 2 clear breakout stars of the World Cup here. Ball over the top is a direct one from Pogba, again looking for Mbappe. Can he make something happen here? Cutting inside, he lays it off for Husni. Little give and go, just bundled off with the ball at an inopportune moment. Could have been another great chance there for our striker, but doesn't come off that time, and Finland still within 1 goal. We have to be very, very careful here. Lingman in the box. We have to defend. Koundé, it's a better tackle from him, and on we go. Gaetan Laura off, Ousmane Dembele on. It has been disappointing from Laura, I will be completely honest, but we have personnel if we feel like we need a replacement. And here we go, Dembele, instant impact off of the corner kick, requires the save out of the goalkeeper. Well, with players like that waiting on the bench, I think we cannot be too sentimental and cling on to players that are not performing, but we'll have to tinker our way through if we want to find success here in the World Cup. And so far, substitute seems to have done the job. A very close call there as Maignan makes another save. No shame in just wasting time here at the end of the game. We gotta see ourselves through however we can, and that is a hugely close call. Don't get it twisted, Finland definitely gave us a run for our money. That was a very tight affair, one we barely saw ourselves through in, but again, we progress on to the next round, and at the end of the day, that's really all that matters here in the World Cup. All right, well, here are the results. Italy, Brazil, France, and Argentina from this side of the round of 16 will be moving on. And like I said, I don't think we've necessarily been playing to our best, but that might be a good sign. I think better things to come for France as we take on Argentina up next. Our first real test here in the World Cup. We have not taken on the top side just yet, and this will be our chance to do exactly that as things kind of wind down here. Only big teams left in the World Cup here. Germany, England, Portugal, Spain, Italy, Brazil, and then finally us versus Argentina. It's all going to come down to these last couple games. Those will all come in the next episode, and the final episode of this entire career mode save will be coming up next. Hopefully tomorrow, I think actually I'll get the video out. Feel free to join the Discord if you haven't already. You guys can help me shape the next career mode series that I am working on behind the scenes. Also, feel free to check out respecttojeff.com, see all of the detailed stats for all of the players across this career mode save. It's been so much fun, and you can track the progress along with me. Consider subscribing if you haven't already. But with that said, I will be back soon with next episode. I'm Respect to Jeff, and I'll see you next time.